Hello Minecrafters, Arctic Shark Games here coming at you with another Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial. Today's tutorial is going to be an add-on tutorial. We're going to go ahead and show you guys the very basics of creating a Minecraft Bedrock Edition add-on. So what that means is you guys could go ahead and learn how to create a texture pack, otherwise known as a resource pack, where you change the look of blocks or other things in the game. You can learn how to create a behavior pack, otherwise known as an add-on, where you can add new blocks, items, mobs, and things to the games. Or you could learn how to create a skin pack where basically you just go ahead and create new textures for the player. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. This is going to be part one of the series. I hope to do a series on Minecraft Bedrock Edition add-ons. If you guys like this, please go ahead and let me know in the comments. I know a lot of people have been asking for it. So this is going to be very basics. So we're going to assume that you guys have never done anything with Minecraft Bedrock Edition add-ons before. But obviously you do have Minecraft Bedrock Edition installed, and you're going to be on a Windows 10 or higher PC. I'm not really sure how to do it on mobile. This is going to be for PC users only, not consoles and not mobile. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First off, there's going to be a bunch of links in the description. I'll try to put them in order so we can go ahead and kind of follow through with what I'm doing here. The first thing that I would like to do is go ahead and take you over to the Microsoft.com Learn. This is the creators area of Microsoft, and they're going to go ahead and just basically walk us through everything that I'm doing in an organized manner here. So if you guys want to follow this tutorial, you're welcome to go ahead and do that on your own. We are basically going to be doing a lot of the same things that they have here. The first thing that we want to go ahead and do is kind of guys get you introduced to your file explorer and stuff. You can see right here it says that you do need Windows 10 or 11 computer to get started with this. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into our file explorer here, and we're going to go ahead and learn a little bit about our file explorer. So the first thing that we really want to do is make sure that we're going to go ahead and show file extensions. So all my hidden files are shown, and all my files will show what type of file type they are. And that might not happen on your computer by default. So we're going to go in here and we're going to go under View. And then we're going to go way down into the View tab, and we're going to go under Show. So again, right here in the middle of the screen, View, and then Show. And then we're going to make sure that we have these two things here at the bottom checkmarked. So we're going to checkmark file name extensions, and we're going to checkmark hidden items. And that's going to make things a little bit easier for us in locating our folder here. Alright, now that we have the hidden files and extensions showing, what we want to do is go ahead and locate our com.mojang folder. So the com.mojang is a folder that's already going to be installed on your computer if you have Minecraft installed. So we need to go ahead and locate that, and the way that we're going to do that is I'm going to put a link in the description that you can go ahead and copy, or if you're following along on the learn.microsoft, you can go ahead and copy it here as well. So we're going to go ahead and copy this link here, and then we're going to put it into our file explorer. So if you go ahead and you type into this bar here, and you put your file explorer and copy paste this in, then we can go ahead and hit enter, and you can see that it brought me to this folder here, which is com.mojang. So this is a really good opportunity for us to go ahead and save the com.mojang in a place that's easier for us to access. So if we go ahead and we hit this arrow to go up one, we can go into the games folder, and then you can see the com.mojang right here. If we right click the com.mojang and we go ahead and pin it to quick access, is what I like to do, then it'll put com.mojang on the side of your screen over here, and it'll be much easier for you to access. So let's go ahead and access it through my quick access. So now that we're in the com.mojang folder, there's a few different sections here that you guys can go ahead and learn about. There is the behavior packs section, which is going to be where all of your add-ons are stored if you have a finished add-on. So this is for fully completed add-ons. And then you have the same thing here, the resource packs, which is going to be for fully completed texture packs. And those are going to be stored in there if you download them from the store or things like that. as well as we have our development behavior in resource packs, and those are going to be where we're mostly going to be working out of these two folders here, and this is going to be where we're going to be storing packs that we're actively trying to create or things that we're actively working on, and these can actually be edited in your folders, and then when you reload Minecraft, it'll actually go ahead and display the edits you make. If you're out of the resource packs or the behavior packs and you make an edit to them, it won't actually display it in Minecraft unless you do a little bit more work and you go ahead and update the pack version. So I know that that's a little bit advanced there, but those are our main sections we want to worry about. But something that you guys also should definitely know as a Minecraft player is this Minecraft Worlds is where all your saved games are going to be. So this is where all of my saved games are right here, and they're kind of tough to see because they come up with these, you know, like very fancy names here. But if you wanted to go ahead and make a copy of a world, you can just go ahead and like load it as your most recent world in your menu, and then save out of Minecraft, open up this folder, and like my most recent world right here that I'm working on would be this one, and then I could like make a copy of it or put it on a different computer or whatever I wanted to do. So that's something good to know, kind of a sidebar there. Something that I'm not going to be going over in the beginning of the series, but it's also good to know, is that there's the skin packs and custom skins area of the folder as well. That's where your skins would be and your custom textures for the players would be. So now that we've kind of gone over the basic sections of the folder here, we know where to locate the com.mojang, stuff like that. We want to go ahead and kind of set ourselves up for some future success here. So the next thing that I'm going to have you guys do is we're going to go to the Minecraft GitHub. So we're going to go to GitHub/Mojang Bedrock samples, and what the Bedrock samples are is they're basically the vanilla behavior and resource pack, everything that Mojang has broken into little folders and files for us to view. So you can see things like, if you're like, oh, how did the Minecraft creeper behave? Or where does the creeper behavior go inside the folder? If you wanted to know a question like that, you can go ahead and download the source code, and then you'll be able to see exactly where those things are laid out or what the examples look like if you wanted to like copy something. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to find the latest release. So for me, this is taking place in 2025. 1.21.70 is my current latest release. So why don't we go ahead and download that latest release right here, and we'll go ahead and we'll go into the source code zip folder. So we'll download that, which I'm actually going to do because I haven't downloaded the latest release yet. Anyways, I believe I was on 0.6. So I'm downloading that right now, and we're going to go into my downloads folder, and you can see that the Bedrock samples come here as a compressed zip folder. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and right click your zip folder, and then you go down into your options and hit extract all, and then you go ahead and extract this folder, and you're going to hit extract. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that right now because it's going to take a little bit of time, so I'll just cut ahead to when that's already completed. Alright, and my Bedrock samples have been completed here. Again, all the links to these downloads and such will be in the description. Just make sure you grab the latest release. So for me, that took about 12 minutes. The Bedrock samples are a large file, just so you're aware. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up this Bedrock samples folder. It should have probably automatically opened for you now that it's unzipped. But we're going to open it up here, and we're going to make sure that it's the actual folder. And what we're going to want to do is most likely relocate it, is what I like to do. So I'm going to copy mine, or cut mine rather, and I'm going to go ahead and put it into my own folder, which I like to put it in a folder that I have called add-on stuff. I mean, you can put it on your desktop, you can put it anywhere you'd like to. I just like to move it out of my downloads folder, but you certainly could leave it in there. Once you have it in its final location, I like to go ahead and also pin that to the quick access. So we're going to go ahead and pin that to quick access. And then if you had any old versions, it's a good time to go ahead and clean those up as well. So now that we have the Bedrock samples here, let's go ahead and find it in our quick access, and we're going to open that up there, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at it, and you can see that it's structured with similar folders to what we were looking at in the com.mojang. So we have our behavior pack and we have our resource pack are going to be the most important two folders here. So if we open up, like, let's say the resource pack for a second here, you can see that there's all these different sections in it. And this is basically where you would find all your information on how vanilla Minecraft works. So if we like open up our textures and we look in here, there's all kinds of different stuff. We could open up blocks and we could actually choose our first texture, and like let's say we'll look at what amethyst looks like. So this is what the amethyst texture looks like in vanilla Minecraft, and if I wanted to, I could go ahead and change that texture based on the location in this pack. So that's basically how you guys can go ahead and get vanilla examples or vanilla textures and any of that kind of stuff and use it inside your pack. So let's go ahead and put away our vanilla samples for the time being here, and we're going to go ahead and jump back into our Online Explorer, and we're going to go back into our getting started with add-ons. So now that we have located our com.mojang folder and we've located our vanilla samples, and we've kind of gone through what the basic sections are here. We got our behavior, skin, and our resource packs and all that kind of stuff. So we're following right along in this here guide. The next thing that I'd like to do is set you guys up for success in creating your own files and stuff like that, and creating your own code readers. We're going to need one of those. We're going to need a block bench. We got a few things to do here, and again, all the links will be in order in the description. So the next thing that I think we would like to do is we're going to go ahead and Google search Visual Studio Code, or you can copy the link in my description. And we're going to jump onto that website there, and we're going to download it for Windows. So once we've downloaded Visual Studio Code, we're going to go ahead and open that up. So we'll give that a minute to download, and then we'll jump into our downloads folder. And then you're going to set up your Visual Studio Code, go through the guide, and set it up just like it wants you to. So I've already got Visual Studio installed, so I'm going to go ahead and open it right up here. So you're going to open up Visual Studio, and it's going to go ahead and look pretty much like this. You guys might be in a newer version by the time you watch this video, but the basics of Visual Studio Code are that you use this to open up different text files and stuff like that. We're mostly going to be using it to look at JSON files in the future. But for now, we're going to want to go ahead and give ourselves a couple of handy extensions. You guys don't have to get all the extensions that I have, but I do think that they are kind of helpful. So the first one here that you're really going to want to get is the UUID generator. So you can go ahead and search in your extensions, and you can find a UUID generator. There's a couple different options. I have this one with this here yellow label. You can use that one if you'd like to. And then a couple of other helpful ones that I have here you can see. I have this here Blockceptions Minecraft Bedrock Development. I have the Minecraft Bedrock Debugger. Those are helpful, although it looks like that they are an older version that I have. We have NBT Viewer, Minecraft Laying Colorizer. You certainly don't have to do all these, but you definitely should get the UUID generator for now. So that's basically how you're going to set up your basics of your Visual Studio Code. And then when you go into a file, like if we go into our Bedrock samples and we open up a folder or a file here, and you open up a text file, so this is an Apple item. We're not really going to go into any of the details in it, but you can see this is how it should look in Visual Studio Code. If you need to, you might need to like ask it to open with. So if you go ahead and hit open with and then you find Visual Studio Code, then you can go ahead and open it that way. You can probably set it to be your default code reader if you would like to. So now you have Visual Studio Code all set up on your computer, and you're able to actually view files. So now we're kind of chugging along here down the guide. So the next thing that we want to do in the guide, or the next thing that I'd like to do at least, is I'd like to set you guys up with Blockbench and its extensions. We're going to do a whole separate video on using Blockbench and its extensions, but I'd like to go ahead and get it installed for you, and you're certainly welcome to play with it on your own. What Blockbench is going to do is it's going to go ahead and help you make models and textures for your Bedrock blocks, entities, and items. So we're going to go ahead and navigate to the Blockbench website, which again the link will be in the description. Or you can just Google search Blockbench, and it's a 3D model editor. We're going to go ahead and download Blockbench and just follow the guide, for installing Blockbench. And then once we have Blockbench installed, I'm going to go ahead and open it up right now. Go ahead and find our block bench. And then once we have Blockbench installed, it's going to look pretty much like this. It might have some past projects that you were working on open if you already have used it before. But basically what we want to normally do is we're going to use these categories called Bedrock Entity or Bedrock Block. And then we're going to want to go ahead and install a couple of plugins for Blockbench here. You can see I have these Entity Wizard, Block Wizard, and Item Wizard. Those are very helpful for creating blocks and things like that quickly, especially if you don't have too much experience yet. So we're going to go ahead and find ourselves some extensions here for the block bench. So in order to find an extension, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is go under File, and then we're going to go under Plugins, and then you can go ahead and search a couple of things here. So the first thing you want to do is search Minecraft Entity Wizard, and then you're going to download that, and then you're going to search Minecraft Item Wizard and Minecraft Block Wizard. And those are going to help you very quickly create a entity, item, or a block. So then now we've got our block bench installed. We're going to want to go ahead and just follow the rest of the guide here in creating things inside of Blockbench, which actually we're going to go ahead and go into the next guide to do that. But basically we're going to, at the end of the video, we're going to make a very quick add-on using one of the Blockbench editors. But one more thing that I'm not going to go over in the video, but I did want to show you how to basically set up, is you want to set up Bridge 2, which we might need to go into more depth on eventually, but I'll put it on the bottom of the list here in the description, and you can go ahead and find Bridge. As an app online, you can use it, or you can go ahead and download it. I recommend downloading the whole thing if your computer can handle it, and then you can go ahead and have basically all the tools at your disposal that I would typically use. My favorite things to use are the Blockbench and the Visual Studio Code, but I know a lot of people like to use Bridge too, so I want to go ahead and just present you guys with the option. And again, if you guys are finding this video helpful, please go ahead and like and subscribe to it to let me know that you're actually liking that I'm starting the add-on series. We typically do Bedrock commands on the channel, so doing add-on stuff isn't something that I always do. Although we have dabbled slightly in it, this is going to be the more in-depth series for you. If you guys are having any trouble with things that have to do with Minecraft Bedrock Edition add-on creation or commands or all that fun kind of stuff, then what you can do is jump into the Discord, which I'll throw a link in the description. For the final part of the video, what I'd like to do is head back over to Blockbench. So we're going to head over to Blockbench, and we're going to choose one of the wizards to use here. I think I'm going to use the Entity Wizard. And we're going to go ahead and get started with just very quickly tossing a silly entity into Minecraft Bedrock so you guys can have a little bit of fun with all this stuff that you've learned. And then later on, if you guys ask me to continue doing this series, what we'll do is we'll make dedicated videos on like how do I edit certain files or manually make the files, or how do I go into these wizards and do certain things or change a texture. You know, we'll do lots more information, but for now we're going to do a basic tutorial. We're going to go ahead and make a new mob, and what we're going to do is just give it an existing texture and stuff like that and make it behave like something different maybe. So I think my idea is something silly here. I'm going to make a chicken that explodes. So I'm going to put exploding chicken, and then this is going to be the name that actually displays, and then this is going to be its actual identifier name. So I'm going to put shark exploding chicken. You can put anything you'd like to as your identifier name there. Just make sure you remember it in case you need to use it in commands. And then we're going to hit next, and we're going to choose our appearance, and you can see you can choose basically any model that you'd like to from the existing Minecraft. They made it super easy for us. So we're going to choose a chicken for my example, and then you can choose either the same behavior as a chicken and like maybe edit it a little bit or edit how it looks, or I'm going to choose a different behavior and things are going to get a little bit funky for us here. And this might not work all the time. Like when you edit these things, you may need to do some additional coding and stuff like that. Not all these behaviors are perfect in the examples, but anyways, we're going to choose a creeper behavior because we want a chicken that explodes. And then let's go ahead and do default loot from the creeper. Sure, we'll let the chickens drop gunpowder. And we'll make a spawn egg. We'll make it really funky looking. We'll choose some crazy colors here. We'll do like something wild. There we go. And then now we have a spawn egg. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make it its own add-on. So we're going to go ahead and export these packs directly into the developmental folder because I would like to go ahead and have it be its own pack. You could integrate it into an existing pack if you like had a bunch of chicken creeper pack that you wanted to add the chicken creeper into. You can export it so that it'll be like a zipped up folder so that you can send it to your friends and they can click it. Or you can integrate it into an existing file here which is already exported, which is actually a new option, I believe. So the pack name, I'm just going to put Exploding Chicken. The pack authors, I'm going to put Arctic Shark. And then the pack icon, I'm just going to let it default choose one. You can choose a small picture here if you'd like to. And then we're going to go ahead and hit export. And then once it's exported successfully, it should actually already have the pack inside your Bedrock edition. So we're going to go ahead and keep our progress. We're going to go into Minecraft. We're going to hit play. I'm going to create a new world here. We're going to call it Chicken. We're going to go in creative mode. We'll go peaceful. Or actually, we're going to go hard mode because we're using a creeper behavior. So we're going to go ahead and do our behavior pack. And now I have lots of them here, so we need to go ahead and way down to the bottom of my list. And it gave us a default picture of a bee as our picture because we didn't choose one. We probably should have chosen chicken. And then we're going to go ahead and hit activate. And then you can see now at the top of my list under active, it says I have exploding chicken behavior. And then one thing that you want to do is always good to just make sure that you also have the resource. So we have an exploding chicken resource because you need one of each. And then we're going to go ahead and create our new world. And once we load in here, we should be able to find a spawn egg for the exploding chicken. So let's go ahead and let it create that new world. I'm not going to cut this out just so you guys can see that it is actually loading a brand new world. I'm not messing with you guys or anything. So we're in a nice little savanna biome here. We're going to check out a chicken. And you can see that I've got the normal chicken with the little texture here that they just changed the textures on 1.7. I love it. And then we have our very strange texture that I just made for the spawn egg. And now if we put down our exploding chicken, you're going to get some errors maybe possibly if we have content log on, which I do. But he's still working. He's walking around. He's a normal chicken. But then like if I'm a player in survival mode, this chicken might not be so normal. So then, like, if you had these spawn in the world and you left them exactly the same as a normal chicken, whew, it would be very scary for your players to not know which chickens are exploding and which chickens are normal. I mean, you guys can do all kinds of silly things with these things. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. Is that a normal? Oh, he's an exploding chicken. Yeah. See, I'm already scared about it. You can do really cool things with this. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys found the video helpful. Go ahead and throw a like on it, subscribe to the channel, jump in that Discord, all that fun stuff. And don't forget to have a little bit of fun with this add-on. If you got this far and you made a cool entity, have a little bit of fun with it. Mix up those components in the entity wizard. Do some cool stuff. I'd love to hear what you guys created with it. And then go ahead and let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos about add-on creation. Keep on creating.